What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Hof Bergmann. Oh, it's been like a week and a half, it feels like, since we last live streamed. This time last week, I was in Boston getting ready for PAX East. Had 4 great days meeting lots of fans of Farming Simulator. Hanging out with Kermit, hanging out with others from Giants. DJ Go Ham and Former Cop showed up on Saturday. There's a lot that's happened in the last week and a half. Precision farming is out. And to that end, Lenny, Hof Bergmann is being updated for precision farming support. There's also going to be other things added and fixed. So, what the heck happened? Why am I stuck? There we go. So, to that end, don't get too far into the save. No doubtly, there will be a new save requirement for the update when it does drop. It's supposedly being tested now. I don't know when the update's going to drop, but my guess would be sometime in the next week and a half, if I were to guess about it. I did not. My kid got lots of fun stuff. And, well, I am still the bale stacking champion of the world. On Saturday, we had a fun little bale stacking challenge at PAX East between me, Klaus, with Giants, DJ, Farmer Cop, and some others. And I'd like to say that, well, I won my preliminary round and I won the finals. No video proof. Sorry. But DJ got a third place necklace. Klaus got the second place necklace. And honestly, I gave my first place necklace away to the non-farm sim content creator that won. Or basically the guy that was first after all of us ringers had finished. He really had no chance, so. Running out of time of 1 minute and 38 seconds for 8 bales. Stacked on a trailer and then drive over the line. It was something like that. All right, folks, we got good news. We got a levitating beer can here. Here, let me fix this. All right, there we go. Our butcher's done. Our butcher's ready to butcher. I gotta see where our cart is. Did I leave my cart over here? I did. Here it is. Something I know that's coming to Hof Bergmann 1.1 are geese. I watched a video Farmer Andy put out about the changes he was making, and we're gonna have geese. The geese are gonna be in here. Or are they gonna be in here? They're gonna be in one of these two. And he's moving the, I think he's moving the animal delivery trigger. The line. I know tram lines are causing issues. Yes. Yes, I know that. In fact, I had early access to precision farming. That's how I was able to put out all that content before I left. Or, well, I didn't put it out before I left. I prepped it before I left. And then was able to release it while we were at PAX. So I did discover that there are some issues with tram lines. Other people have basically followed that up with, yep, there's issues with tram lines. So I'm sure that is being worked on and figured out. What's the issue with Lime? All right, look at these. I think that's all. Oh, we own this one. All right, there we go. So we're gonna have to get these back up to snuff. But first, let's sacrifice some chickens. Did I play with weeds on? Yeah. I played with weeds on. That's why I was able to do a video about using the sprayer. All right, unload. And let's go get some rabbits. Yeah, because it will kill the weeds. That's the way it's always been. You only need to do herbicide once. At least once per harvest. Oh, I only have... Well, I can't obviously make rabbits. We don't have enough rabbits. Oh no, bad things are occurring. We'll park this here. Tristan, that's fine. We got started a little late. Activate chickens. Oh, buddy. What are you doing, man? Oh, you poor chickens. Hanging up there waiting for your turn, eh? Oh, where's our lime spreader? Oh, we gotta go reconfigure these things. Hold on. I gotta get sensors. Right, so let's go in here. Let's configure this. Let's add the sensors. Dang expensive is what they are. Oh, okay. Yeah, so since we talked about, since you brought it up, with respect to adding precision farming, you can add precision farming to an existing save. It's not that big of a deal. But you do need to be aware of some things. And those are that your lime level, your pH, will reset. Okay, it'll be completely different than what it was before you had precision farming installed. So that means if your field was fine with lime, when you add precision farming, it will no longer be fine with lime. It will be at a state where it's going to need lime because the pH is going to be low. So to that end, I would suggest adding precision farming to an existing save after you've harvested all your fields. That way, your yield is not adversely affected by adding precision farming to a field or to a map where you have growing crops. In addition, your nitrogen levels are reset. So again, if you have taken the time to go through and double fertilize your fields are going to need nitrogen. Your crops are going to need nitrogen when you add precision farming. So you're going to be at a point where you're going to need to add even more nitrogen or fertilizer to get your yield back up. So you might as well just harvest everything pre-precision farming, then add it after that, and then you can prep your fields for the next growing season. PAX Tristan was great. We had a great time. I should have bought new shoes because my shoes are old. And, well, standing on the convention floor for 8 hours a day is not exactly the nicest thing to do on old shoes. But other than that, had a great time. Met lots of folks. Showed Farm Sim to lots of folks. They came by. They were interested. They knew people that played Farm Sim. They were curious about Farm Sim. And overall, we had a great time. Hopefully, we find more viewers as a result of that. Or in any case, we get some more people into, well, what I have to say is probably the best chill game out there. Right? And that's what I heard from lots of folks. They completely agree. This is how they get their chill on. One guy said he plays Farm Sim for an hour before he goes to bed every night to recenter, kind of clear the mind, so he has himself a good night's sleep. So that was great. Saw lots of cool games. I didn't really play any. My kid played a lot of games, but I did see lots of games demoed there. Lots of things of interest. I didn't make a list, so I can't name anything off the top of my head other than Dune was there. That looked pretty neat. There was a demo of Dune over the weekend. And I know my kid was absolutely adoring it while he was in it. There was a... Well, at any rate, I'll have a video drop probably in about a week or less on PAX, showing you kind of what I thought were some of the highlights of the games that were there. And everything. We didn't have a demo for Project Motor Racing. That was a little disappointing. I was really hoping to have some more information about Project Motor Racing to learn and to share with folks. But at any rate, we know it's coming out fall of this year, sometime probably in Q4, which is going to be October, November, or December. And that's going to be absolutely awesome. So they were talking about possibly having a demo available come Gamescom, which I think is maybe a month, 6 weeks away. I'm not really sure. But that's in, what, Germany? And, well, we're going to be at the Sim Gaming Expo in Chicago the first weekend in September. And, well, I would say a little birdie told me that Project Motor Racing might just be there as well. So if you are anywhere as close to the Chicago area and could make it out to the Sim Gaming Expo first weekend of September, it might be worth your while to come check it out. It is interesting. I know my kid was oogling over it, and his gaming laptop is a 2060, or has a 2060 in it. So it's definitely not the newest thing out there, and it was running it fairly well on the hotel TV. So let's do that. Oops. Let's turn this on, and let's go here and there we go. That. So yeah, that's our overlay. It's the tram lines, or it's our tire wheels. All right, let's go up and get some more. And then what about the news with Plains and Prairies and Ford tractor, right? Coming to Farm Sim with 2 classics. Versatile coming with 2 classics, because as it turns out, the Ford and Versatiles of that era were literally the same thing. They were just rebadged, one or the other. And then we get a whole fleet of Versatile tractors. Nope, wrong turn. Am I remembering right? Trout River, the rear lift trailer. That'll be much appreciated. So you can use a trailer as opposed to having to use wheel loaders or front loaders. Lime. And while that's filling up, let's take a look. Nope, wrong one. Here we go, people. All right, so here's our Ford 1156. Right? And this is probably the new Salford plow or cultivator. Yeah, this is the new Salford cultivator that's with the pack. I didn't notice that until after I had recorded my video. We got the Big Roy Versatile. Fact sheets are probably going to start this Friday, as one would expect, given the fact that this is just 3 weeks away. We also have the Versatile Nemesis. That's the name they gave to the small tractors. The Versatile V7 front loader arms. So we know we have multiple variants of the Nemesis because we have 175 and a 255. We got the Fendt Rollogator, I think that's the name of it. So this one is configured in solid fertilizer configuration, and the website shows this in sprayer configuration. So we've got the answer there. We will have both configurations of this sprayer available. Here we have the new International LT, that's also part of the pack, and the Trout River rear lift trailer, that is also part of the pack. Right, no more front loaders. Just raise the rear of the trailer up on these hydraulics and use the live belt to dump in here. I'm pretty sure I saw this Fendt at the National Farm Machine Show. I'm pretty sure I've seen the Trout River trailers at the National Farm Machine Show. And I'll tell you what, something I've definitely seen at the show are the Ghia trailers. Not this one, but I've seen other Ghia trailers that are coming with the pack. This one is a really nice 4-axle semi-trailer for hauling these things down the road. I watched a video on the Ghia website about this trailer, and they say it's designed for anyone that's got to transfer your slurry more than like 3 miles from the farm. That's where this thing is going to come into effect. Oh, and now you can see some screenshots. We got the Delta Track coming with this pack, and you can see we got 530, 580, and 616 horsepower on the real versions. We'll see what we get with respect to the DLC. We have the MFWD, which basically stands for manual front wheel drive, or it's not hydraulic. So it's using an actual live drive shaft to run the front wheels. And we'll see how many of these variants we get from 275 to 365. We have the Nemesis, which we already saw, the 175 to the 255. And that's all the stuff I got on that. Let's do this, and let's pull up the Giants website. DLC. Are you gonna be like that? Hold on. There we go. Are you serious? Come on. I got stuff to do today. Alright, that's it. We'll do that for now. Right, so we got their Nemesis, 195 to 272. We got our MFWD, 300 400 horsepower. We got the Ford 976 Versatile, or the Versatile 976. We've got the Versatile 976. We got the Ford 1156, or the Versatile 1156. We got our Big Roy 600 horsepower. We have our Delta Track 583 to 665. We've got our International LT pickup or truck semi 375/15. We got our V7 front loader arms. We've got the Brandt 2500 DXT auger wagon. I know I've seen that at the National Farm Machine Show. 88,000 liter capacity. With a Trout River live bottom rear lift semi trailer. Love that we're getting more kind of North American style trailers in the game. 36,400 liters. We've got the Salford Independent Series 1260 disc harrow. 600 horsepower requirement for that. 18 meter working width. This isn't a small pack. That's for sure. We got the Vaderstad Tempo K24 planter. 18 meter working width there. 11,000 liter capacity on our seed and fertilizer. 365 horsepower. We got the Vaderstad Seedhawk 84. Right? Talk about seeding. 25.6 meter working width there. 550 horsepower. To go along with that, we have the PD 1000 seed tank. 35,315 liters combined between seed and fertilizer. This is going to attach to the rear of the Seed Hawk. The Seed Hawk's going to attach directly to your tractor, like the old Big Roy or the Delta Track. We got the Fendt Rogator 900. This is obviously in sprayer configuration, as opposed to the other one we saw in the launch sheets, which are solid fertilizer configuration. Right, so we're going to have both configs there. 27 to 40 meter working width. 4100 to 4900, depending on how that's configured. We got the Salford Air Boom applicator. This is going to be for solid fertilizer. 18,700 liters. 22 meter spread on that. And then we have the Gia EL 4860 4800. 3 axles. 21,800 liters. 16 meter spread on that. We have the bigger version with 4 axles. That's going to be for 35,900 liters. The same 16 meter spread. And then we have our STR 447. That's going to be the slurry tanker transport. 39,800 liters on that. And all of that for $8.99 pre-order bonus, or $99 after the release on June 3rd, which is 3 weeks away, and it is part of the Year 1 Season Pass. So if you did buy the Year 1 Season Pass, then you already got it. You don't have to do anything. We got Stars Align coming in Q3, and then a new map, a new expansion, all new fun things coming in Q4 of this year. So I do have affiliate links down in the description if you are interested in maybe picking up the Plains and Prairies pack if you don't already have it, or if you didn't pick up the Nexat and you got the itch to maybe pick up both and kind of gamble on what might be Stars Align and what might be what looks like a UK Irish expansion. Man, what if we got McHale with that? Oh, that would be double down, double time for me. We talked to McHale at the National Farm Machine Show. See if maybe they would slip some information to us about maybe coming to Farm Sim, but he either didn't know anything or he played it really cool because he didn't give anything up. But McHale would be a killer brain for Q4 if that was at all possible. Mr. Giro. I'm sure I mispronounced that. That's what I do around here. Gotta go test drive it. See if you're ready in 3 weeks when the pack comes out. Speaking of that, this video is brought to you by Weezer77 and Alike, I'm sure I butchered that, DK. Thank you for being farm barons. Yeah, there's some general speculation on all that, but it's all been reported as far as I know. But just to make it safe, if you want to report any bugs that you know about precision farming or the game itself, then by all means, please do so. You go to feedback.giants-software.com and sign up for an account on their bug report tool, and go ahead and report any and all bugs that you know about, because the unreported bug goes unfixed. That is feedback.giantssoftware.com. Make sure I type that in right. Yep, go there. Doogie, there's lots of fence in the States. Like I said, I see fence hauling Kia trailers all day long. When it's time to spread the liquid gold, it's time to spread it. So in general, I don't think the lime is overly going to affect too much. Based on my charts, there's a little bit of a yield loss when you're down a little bit on lime. I don't think there's a yield loss when you're technically over your lime levels. There is some yield loss on particular crops with respect to nitrogen being over where it wants to be. Then we have interesting features like the subsidies with respect to oilseed radish. A little bit of a incentive to plant it, although I gotta wonder if the incentive really is worth it. It seemed like when I did oilseed radish for my video, I didn't get enough back to pay for planting it. It'd have been nice to have at least broken even. But that was also a small field, so maybe there's some level of economy of scale when we get to bigger fields on that. Pulse width modulation. I've definitely mentioned to Giants that, well, the strobing effect is maybe a little bit too stroby. And while it's cool and all, I do have a little bit of concern for folks who are maybe sensitive to flashing lights. Technically it should. I don't know if it adds nitrogen. I didn't actually cultivate it in my video. Or if I did, I definitely didn't pay attention. And I mean, to that degree, you know, you get a bonus for adding oilseed radish because the purpose is to put a cover crop down for erosion and things like that. Well, why don't we get a subsidy bonus for things like wheat, barley, or canola that's in the ground over winter? They're basically doing the same thing. So it was great showing features off like steering assist to folks that had played Farm Sim 19 or Farm Sim 22, and this was the first opportunity to see Farm Sim 25. And then how about the stuff added to the 1.8 update? Right? They dropped 1.8 when I was in PAX. I didn't get a chance to really look at the new stuff. We got lots of cool stuff with the 1.8 update, if you weren't aware. I'll have to pull that up when we get to fill this thing back up again. So if you didn't realize that 1.8 brought us some new machinery, then stay tuned. We'll cover that. I like the trim lines idea, but I think we should have an option of turning them off. And I don't know what it is with folks, but 90%, I would say 90% of the folks that came to the booth and were trying out precision farming, not precision farming, but we're trying out farm sim, probably 90% of them within the first 60 seconds started driving in circles on fields. I don't know what it is. Anybody have an idea? I'd love to know what the draw of driving in circles is. Great to hear, Gamer Gramps. In fact, a little bit earlier we were at the butcher because we just finally got it built out in this save, and well, we're butchering some chickens. Everyone likes doing donuts or jumping in. The save we had had a rice field for seeding or planting and harvesting. And you know what? It wasn't too long before folks were jumping in the rice planter to drive in circles. I missed my turn. Munchies Plays, welcome. You know what, guys? I got a treat. I got a treat for you guys. I got something to pull up. Hold your horses. No, that's not it. Why am I even doing that? I can just do this. Alright, hold on. I want to share something with you guys. Oh, wait, what was that? Okay, let me turn this off. Munchies Plays in chat put this together. And I shared it with Giants. I shared it with Kermit. Munchies. Don't be surprised if this shows up in the next State of the Farm live stream. Just saying. Don't be surprised. Oops, what? Here we go.
Yo, it's 4:59 a.m. and I'm hitting refresh again. Let's ride. Wake up, grab my phone, wipe the sleep from my eyes. Straight to the mod hub, let's see what's live. Got that lizard plow or a badass map. If DJ gon' drop the vid, then I'm tapping that app. Come on now, give me something wild and new, like a tractor with flames or a damn kangaroo. Don't care what drops, long as it's sick. I'll download it fast and test it quick. Fresh in the mod hub, like a man possessed. Looking for that lizard or that map that's fresh. Tractors, trailers, balers in the testing queue. FS25, yeah, we live for the new. It's that mod hub madness driving us insane. One more click, straight to the veins. Yeah. 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 New map tour, Farmer Cop breaking it down. FARMER-KLEIN's got the lowdown on that French town. Sealy P showing secrets I would've missed. Now my farm got style and a production twist. Build it now, shit. Stacking bales to the moon. Taking care of my chickens while I hum a tune. This ain't no game, it's a way of life. Selling milk, raising cows, keeping mine. Refreshing the mod hub like a man possessed. Looking for that lizard or that map that's fresh. Tractors, trailers, balers in the testing queue. FF45, yeah, we live for the new. It's that mod hub madness driving us insane. One more click, straight to the vein. FS Club said new DLC on deck. DJ smiling big, that's a certified spec. I don't sleep much, I just check and pray that Giants pushes mods today. We're refreshing the mod hub, can't stop the train. Making dreams real on a pixel terrain. Fields to production, start from scratch. Every damn download, another perfect patch. That mod hub madness, yeah, we're riding high. Farming simulator, we live, we mod, we thrive. Mod hub. We don't play the game, we live it.
Oh, let me get this off here. Hold on. There we go. That's some badass video there, I think. All right, back to what I was going to pull up earlier before I got sidetracked. Here we go. Pull this thing back up. All right, so with the 1.8 update, or 1.81 update, right, we got the new Case IH Farmall C Series tractor, Case IH L630 front loader, Kloss Arion 570 motor configurations, Fiat 16090 DT tractor, the Gouville G1 F125 combi baler, Porsche Finer 6 SL cultivator, New Holland CH770 harvester has been added, New Holland 980 CR 830 corn header, New Holland Superflex 25-foot header, the Verifeed 28-foot header from New Holland, and the whatever that is, DWP 186 forestry winch. Right. Added lime spreading to the FarmTech VeraFlex 750. Search in the shop. Speaking of the shop, I feel a little embarrassed. Someone at PAX told me something, and now I feel like a complete idiot because I've been rambling about how I can't stand the shop and how it's in a non-sensible order. Well, there's an order to this madness that I didn't even realize. So let's pull this up. Right, we got our shop. And right, we got our drivables, we got our loaders, we got our trailers. And then here, I kept going on about how I thought this was completely ridiculous. I couldn't stand why I was out of order, and it wasn't in order because it should have been alphabetized because it was in no order at all. And I had a guy who basically looked at the shop for 10 seconds and said, it's in the order of operations, you jackass. No, he didn't say that part. But it's in the order of operations. So you gotta cultivate your soil. You gotta prep your soil. Then you gotta seed or plant. And then you gotta do yield improvement. And then you gotta harvest. And I said, holy shit, dude, are you serious? I had no idea. It's just like, boom, my brain exploded. That's why the shop's in a nonsensible order. It's in supposedly the order of operations. I still want it in alphabetical order. But at any rate, where are we at? Oh, we missed our turn. That's where we're at. Yeah, I want to know. Was I the only one that didn't have that clue? Yep. Don't be surprised if that doesn't drop on the next stream. Kermit watched some of it at PAX and then immediately shared it to the rest of Giants. I mean, it's a nice song. You did a great job on it. Yeah, you got, and then you've got a third one, right? So there's a trio of music videos dedicated to Farm Sim. Really love the creativity there. The talent. I tell you, the killer mod. The garage menu, it doesn't like Hof Bergmann because you get these things. But this is a killer mod. I immediately added it for my map tours. Oh, Iraq, thank you for Farm Baron membership. We were in the middle of our Mod Hub Madness video, I think. Let's get back here and finish this field up. Oh. Of course, I don't look at that tree. I'm busy looking at the fog that's rolling in. I have heard about it, Mike, but I haven't seen it myself. I have heard that realistic livestock doesn't play nice with Hof Bergmann. I'm not really surprised at that fact. Because, well, it's got ducks, it's got rabbits, so quite possibly that mod isn't provisioned for non-standard animals. And I'm not sure how the provisions work with respect to non-standard food requirements. So this map has both non-standard animals and non-standard food requirements. I mean, is it like enhanced animals from 2022? Geese in... Yeah, geese in the upcoming 1.1, right? Because I looked earlier today and I didn't see it out. I looked Sunday before I left. Also, I tell you what, I got all the way up to Boston. I packed a little mini PC. And I get all the way up to Boston, I unpack it, I hook it up to the room TV. We had a suite, so we had 2 TVs. It was sweet. So I was figuring on having access to a TV to use as a monitor. And when I turned the little mini PC on, no video. RAM had bumped loose or something on the horrible roads in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Connecticut. And Boston. Because I got no video out on that darn thing. I brought it home, popped the top because I didn't have a screwdriver with me, and reseated the RAM, reseated the storage, booted it up, works just fine. Yeah, that's what I had heard mentioned in the Discord. Related to that and Hof Bergmann was rabbits. But I suspect ducks are also affected. Because I expect it just isn't provisioned well for ignoring animals that it doesn't know about, maybe. But I know Farmer Andy is not only using this as an opportunity to fix some things that were reported and add soil map. It looks like he's also adding in compost, and as such we'll need a precision farming that works with compost. So compost might not make it, depending on how bugged it is, right? I feel like my lines are different. This is different, these dashed lines and this yellow and blue. which zoomed out looks white to me. I wonder if that's the new... Let me go change this. Yeah, that's... I love that. Oh my god. This is so much better. Yes, I enjoy this a lot better than what we had before. I'm fine with these dashed lines. Yeah, geese look neat. Compost. Trying to remember what else I saw in the video. Yeah, the early access version that we got is not the same version as was released on release day. For example, the this HUD. The HUD here that I had no clue of in my video related to in my part 4 video. Right, this harvester HUD. And it may now have information here in the help. It wasn't mentioned at all. So I was like, hey, what's this HUD that's on the harvester? Yeah, there we go. This information didn't exist in the early access version. I'm like, what's this information? Because it makes no sense. Well, see, I didn't have access to an actual PC since last Tuesday. So I wasn't able to really read the changelog because I'm not really adept at reading a whole lot of stuff on a little phone screen. So that's why I was really upset that the little mini PC I brought with me didn't work after driving on those horrifically bumpy roads. We had, I guess we had a beta of 1.8 when we had early access to precision farming. But either I must not have used GPS or I probably deliberately turned off colorblind options so things looked like they would look for normal folk. probably what I did. And then the demos we had set up at PAX didn't have colorblind mode turned on, so I didn't see it there. It's hard to believe that this is literally the first time I've been playing Farm Sim since 2 weeks. The end of May. At least playing here at the house. So what are your all thoughts on 1.8? What are your all's thoughts on precision farming and on plains and prairies? We talked a bit about plains and prairies earlier. I tell you what, I was really surprised at how big plains and prairies was. We have to go all the way back to some Farm Sim 19 DLCs to get anything of that size. And those DLCs were priced out like $14 and $19. So the price at $9.99 after release, or the pre-order bonus of $1 off, $8.99, is some pretty good perceived value for the 20 plus things you're getting. All right, that's all that. We have do I have any fields growing? Yeah, okay. That one and this one. Okay. So let's go fertilize. Bucket McPretty, thank you for joining Farmhand. I feel like you've been a member before. You must have accidentally let it expire. No big deal. Thanks for coming back. I would appreciate anybody on PC that wants to pre-order the pack. I would appreciate if you use my affiliate link down in the description. I do get a little bit of a kickback on that usage, and it helps move me a little bit closer to becoming a gold partner. Currently we are a silver partner with Giants, and we got whoops, we're crashing everything. We got quite a bit of progress to make to go from silver to gold. I don't think this has anything in it. Pig food, fertilizer, lime. Oh. Everything I tabbed into is running. There we go. Okay. It is a little disappointing. Do not have frontload arms on this save. I mean, before launch, I do. Where are they at? Locate these. Where? Oh, they're attached to that. I mean, I kind of could understand tramline bugs because tramlines is new. Some of these other things, not so much. But we also know that I think the resolution of the terrain is much higher than it was in 22. I feel these things should have been found in the testing, but you know, it's where we are. Yeah, I agree. Because you've got the concept that here in the middle, right, it's higher than out here on the fringes. Because, well, in theory, you've got your two spinning discs, and they're both spreading lime in an arc. So where they overlap would naturally get more lime. Oh. I know what my problem there was. Drive slow. Who drives slow? All right. We're gonna turn this on. And maybe these pallets don't go in this thing. Maybe it only accepts big bags. No, it takes them. All right. It makes them look like. There we go. Oh. Okay. The trigger's over there. And just chuck it. Okay. Oops. Oh, Corey, that's great. Yeah, I'm excited for Trout River because I like more American trailers. I'm not a big fan of the some of the trailers we have in game now, right? Like this thing, or where's this one? I never really liked using this one. I feel it's too stubby. So I'm excited for the Gia trailer. I'm excited for the semi trailer. Because like this, you know, that's European style. This one's nice. Low King's nice. But the Prestige is nice, but it's always nice to have another trailer. And the fact that it's rear lift is even better. Oh no, we don't have crop in that. Let's go over here and check out our clover. Clover should be basically working with its nitrogen requirements like wheat. There are a few crops that are included in precision farming that are not defined, and actually clover might be one of them. Let me go check something. I put the instructions in the Discord. Let me pull that PDF up real quick. And where did it go? Oh, I don't. Oh my god. Here we go. Oh no, no. Maybe I was reading it in the XML itself. Let me check one thing. Yeah, I think I read it in the XML, not the PDFs that came with the mod. All right, we don't need nitrogen. We're all good here. Well, I'll tell you what, I honestly don't have a ton of time to play Farm Sim outside of when we're streaming or I'm recording maps. All right, I think we put wheat in these. Yeah, we're growing wheat. Oh, we need to reset our working with here, people. There we go. So yeah, the things I've found with respect to tram lines is it seems that your environmental score is adversely affected when you are harvesting over tram lines. I don't think you can reach your top nitrogen goal because, again, the tram lines don't take nitrogen, they don't take lime, and therefore the way the game is calculating out the scores, it's impacting you slightly. So they need to do something with respect to the environmental score calculation and tram lines. Obviously, harvest contracts or other contracts related to tram lines seem to be affected as well. That's why I wish you could just turn them off. On AI fields. You don't have to use them on your own fields. I feel that was a lot more costly than buying big bags. Farmer Andy also, I think, is changing the economics a bit of goat cheese or goat milk. Seemed like maybe goat cheese and goat milk were priced the same, so there was no intrinsic bonus or benefit in making goat cheese. I really didn't notice because I don't really do production on this map for the sake of making money. I do the production on this map for the sake of just doing something and being busy. So it looks like the nitrogen is being displayed properly. Somewhat. But the pH is a little weird. But it's not going to be perfect on a real field anyway. Now, anyone who may be thinking about going to PAX next year, the dates are set. It's not too early to be booking hotels because, well, as those hotels start to fill up, prices go up quite substantially. So if at all you are anywhere in the Boston area and can make it out for a day, a couple of days to the show, I think it's definitely well worth it. If anything, just so you can try out some of the games that are available. It's a great opportunity to talk to developers, see what's coming. There was a really cool retro game that was right across the booth from us. Of course, I don't remember the name, but I do know it was Windows 98 themed. Let me see if I can find it. I found it. Called Desktop Survivors 98. Let me pull this up. Here we go. Desktop Survivors 98. So it's basically Windows 98, but made into a game. So instead of having Clippy, we got little sorty stabby dude, and basically runs over top of what looks like your Windows 98 desktop, and you got all types of Windows 98 themed games. When you level up, right, you get these little Windows 98 boxes. Super cool. Download a demo today. Release is next week. He was selling physical copies at the show. That booth was quite popular. Definitely go check it out. If you were a user at all of Windows 98, I think you'll find it a blast. Find it a hoot. Gamer Gramps, thank you for the £3 super chat. Okay, now let's see here. We talked about putting potatoes in these fields up here. So let's go ahead and configure this to put the right amount of nitrogen down for potatoes before seeding, just so we don't have to worry about it. So I showed how you can do this in my precision farming videos. What we're going to do is we're going to where is it? I do not see the option I'm looking for here. All right, let's go check out our controls, precision farming. It's not showing up in the menu, probably because I got a lot of other things. No, that shouldn't be it. I got it in my video. It's just not popping right now. It's fine. We won't mess with it. But over just below the menu, it talks about using target wheat on loam. That's no, I want potatoes. Change, there it is. Why? Change nitrogen reference value. I want to change this to potato. There we go. Now we're changed to potato. So now we are applying nitrogen as if we have potatoes on the field, but we don't. But we will, because we're going to be putting potatoes down. I guess I wasn't far enough into the field to have that pop. So when it comes time to plant potatoes, we'll be good to go. Although honestly, we'll probably be switching over to a new game save before we get to that point. Maypole should be dropping soon. And I got lead on another map that is nearing finish of basically creation, getting ready for at least initial release to testing from DJ Modding. So he was able to drop by PAX and we chatted a little bit. So he's got a map coming out soon. Hopefully we'll have access to that and we'll be able to show that off too. Okay, we got that done. I don't know what I'm going to put on that other field down there in the corner, so we'll just leave that for now. And we'll go to sleep. I know we got a busy yard here. Those are carrots. We got a little bit of poo-poo there. What's up? See, you are. We're out of chickens. Let's go. Let's go grab some moo cows. Let's butcher up some cows. How about that? See, you're back from PAX. Got back fine. Oh yeah, back to work. Get back to work. PAX for next year dates are set. If you haven't looked, they are back into March again. So PAX East 2026 will be March 26th through March 29th. I've already booked my room. Book early to try to get a good rate. What do we have in here? Buffalo and regular cows. Oh my gosh, we got a dead cow. What are we gonna do about that? Oh, she's still breathing. Yeah, I was thinking next year next year you should probably go with a 1 or 2 day pass if you're going to go do other things, and then plan out the days you're going to be kind of dedicated to do other things, and the days you're going to do the PAX stuff. I can tell you Thursday is light. Friday's heavier than Thursday. Saturday's the heaviest day of them all. Sunday's usually a bunch of kids, families. You guys are going to become steak. Steak them. Wow, I didn't get wet at all on Friday. Okay, butcher you. All right. I'm about to turn the butcher on, and well, if you're sensitive, you may not want to watch for a little bit because there's a chainsaw that's involved. Giving you a warning. Okay. Oh, dude. What are you doing? Oh. Jeez. Jeez. Any rate. Go to town, buddy. Glad you enjoyed yourself hanging out with folks at PAX and trying things out. You missed the impromptu bale stacking on Saturday. I didn't know anything about it. But at 1 o'clock, we did bale stacking on Saturday. Over at the PC area. Yeah, I didn't know anything about it until like 12:30. Maddox, what's up? How much milk we got in here? Why are you not? Milky, milky. Oh, let's go back here. No, not the calf area. We got like no milk yet. All right. We don't have a lot of them animals. What's up, Bob? I can't believe our dryer's still running. I thought it would be out of fuel. Oh, smoke. Yeah, she's a smoky, Jim. She's a smoky. Close that up. Oh, we got a little bit. Our fish are still smoking too? Our fish are almost done smoking. Oh. Yeah, let's turn this thing off. Oh, look at the smoked fish. Where'd I put the trays at? Who wants to eat some fish? Our fish are slow, but we're gonna put some more back in the smoker. All right, we'll turn that back on. Let's go up here to check out our vinery. this thing turned on. That's still running. Let's go to our production. Step 3. We're distributing our grape juice. Bottling station. Let's draw that out, put it in our barrel before we turn the hour. All right, there we go. Now let's speed this up. Slow it down. Filling up our barrels here. Well, an hour walk means an Uber. Or taking a bus. Or the underground, whatever they call it. Subway, whatever they call it. Let's take this down to our fermenter. There we go. And let's activate our aging process. It'll take quite a while. Take this back. Can't wait till he comes out with the small farm machinery, with the little tractor, the little front loader, the little buckets and stuff. Dump it there. Fill that back up. Let's ride our lift up. And since we have it, let's go ahead and turn it on. So we'll get pallets of grape juice now. It's a high quality pallet jack. Let's just check our animals. We're about done for the night. Our food is good there. They're good on food. Pigs are good. They're fine. They're fine. We never fed the horses. They're fine. They're a little low. Let's top these chickens and ducks off. Alright, that's good. We need to put some grease, oil on the wheel there. He's squeaking. I think it's just impressive that we have a working pallet jack. What? Gonna have to mix some up. We don't have any silage. Can't mix any up. Oh well. Jeez, you're still going to town in there with the guy. Man. Alright, did I leave a wheelbarrow near you? What? Why am I on the 3rd day of September? What? Why am I on 19-day months? Jeez, that might explain some things. Oh man, this is gonna take some time to fix, people. I'm gonna have to fix this off stream. I must have said 2 19-day months in some discussion a week ago or 2 weeks ago or something. So I guess that's where I'm going to end it for the night. I want to thank you all for coming out, watching, hanging out. It's been like 2 weeks since we were able to live stream due to PAX and everything else going on. Lots of stuff going on in Farm Sim as of late. Right, we got Precision Farming dropped last week. 1.81 dropped last week with some new machines added to that patch. We had the announcement yesterday. Today, Wednesday? Yeah. We had the announcement yesterday on Plains and Prairies. Huge DLC, 21 vehicles and implements, $9.99 after release, $8.99 on pre-order. If you're on PC, please consider using my affiliate link down in the description below. It does redeem over at the Giants eShop, but that install will work on Steam, Epic, digital download, and physical copy. So any install of Farm Sim 25 on PC, that will work. If you're on console, you're going to need to pick it up from your respective online platforms. Look for that to release in 3 weeks. And look for fact sheets to start this Friday. Till next time, happy farming.